We made it to Friday, beautiful friend. So sit back, relax, have a sip of tea or water or coffee or whatever you want to do, and come on into the Lexi Talk. Hi, friend. It's Friday. TGIF. We made it. Faithful Friday, Fabulous Friday, Fantastic Friday, whatever you want to call it. We made it. So for all of you who work Monday through Friday, I know you are like, yes, last day of the week. It's not my Friday, however. I don't work, as you all know. And if you don't know and you're new here, my name is Alexis, and Lexi to my friends here. And I am retired, basically. I'm 60 years old. I am on Social Security disability, and my daughter and I live together. She's going to be 27 on March 3rd. She's Pisces. And she works. I don't work, but she doesn't drive. So I am her chauffeur. And so I take her back and forth to work. So it's not our Friday yet. Tomorrow will be our Friday. She works tomorrow evening, so it'll be our Friday tomorrow. So yeah, but if it's your Friday, I'm happy for you. Sending you some happy energy. So I hope everybody's good. I am on clouds as always. You know that. And I have so many new subscribers in our little collective, and I want to shout them out. We have Anna's Life 60 Plus. Anna is all the way from the south of France. Yes, she is. And she's living in France. She's from Germany and she lives in France. And she found us here. And I'm so grateful and excited. So Anna, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Heavenly Blessed Honey and Venus subscribed from Angie's Roots and Waves live with Care Bear Karen last night. It was the live layered readings last night on Thursday. And I'm so happy. And so I just love being in that room, in that space. Ange is such a ball of light, and she's so welcoming and loving. And, like I said, if I lived next door, if I lived in Canada, she would be sick of me. I would be right at her house every 5 minutes. And she said she had lasagna last night. Like what? And I would have been there, okay, with my plate. I would have come to the door with my plate and fork. Lasagna, sign me up. Hello. And Care Bear, I loved your headphones, your headband last night, the hearts, so apropos for February. And the girls, I mean, we didn't see the girls, but we heard the girls. And twins, oh my goodness, I know last night it was frustrating because they didn't want to go to sleep because they knew all the magic that was happening. Like they didn't want to miss out. But that's just so precious. It's so precious. My little Zoe, if I had two of her, oh my goodness. If there were two of them, I would love that so much. I really would. I would love that so much. My best friend, one of my besties, she lives in Orlando. She has twins. She has 4 daughters. She has an oldest daughter, and then 9 months later, she had twins. And then she has another daughter. So can you imagine the chaos? It's almost like she had triplets. Yes. And I was there for it all. I'm like, oh my God. And this is way before Zoe was born. All my friends had their kids way before I had Zoe. Like I was a grandma when I had Zoe, basically. I was 33 when I had Zoe. All of my friends already had children. So it's just so funny. Zoe is like the baby of the bunch. So yeah, at 26, she's the baby of the bunch. So, but I just wanted to say welcome. Heavenly Blessed Honey and Venus, I couldn't get your YouTubes to come up so that I could tag you in here. So if you're watching this, please, please comment so I have your actual YouTube so that I can come back and follow you and subscribe to you. So please, please, and your names, because I don't know anybody's names. I know everybody's YouTube, but not your actual name. And I feel so silly sometimes having to say, your YouTube name and not addressing you personally. So, and if you don't want to comment and get on here, my new email address for our collective will be down below. So email me and I will respond. I'm so excited. And just put who you are. So yeah, so that was so fun last night. And that was amazing. I loved it. I loved it all. Everything about it. Zoe and I will have to come in one night when you and Karen are there again. And we'll have to get a reading from you. Zoe and I got a reading from Indigo Jaguar, Miss Beautiful Heather, and my beautiful Nancy. It changed my life. That reading was absolutely amazing, and it was so spot on. Heather, oh, just chef's kiss. And Nancy, so positive, so straight on, and Zoe just loved it. It was her very first reading ever. Mine's too, really. But yeah, it was so sweet. And so we want to do another one. So we want to do it with you guys. So yeah, next time when Zoe's here and we're together, we can do it. Zoe wasn't home last night. The whole time that I was on the live, she was working. And usually I have to leave and pick her up. So I would have had to have gone during the live to pick her up. But a friend brought her home. So that was so special. So I got to stay in the whole live. So that's why I was there the whole night. So yeah, and I loved it so much. And so yeah, I just want to, I really didn't make many notes for today, but I do have a book this is Zoe's book, and it's 3,000 questions about me. And I found it yesterday, and I'm like, well, Zoe's not using it. I'm just going to steal this from her. I did tell her last night. I'm like, I stole your book. I need it. So anyway, there were so many beautiful questions in here. And I thought that I had written down a question to talk about. But you know how I do. I start doing stuff and forget about stuff and whatever. But I did write a couple of questions. So one of the questions that I wrote down that they're asking in the 3,000 questions about me that I was going to talk about today, one of them was, oh yeah, do you prefer living alone or with someone? And I thought that was fun because, I live with my baby, and before it was just Zoe and I. Zoe's lived with me her whole life, from the day she escaped the womb till now. We have never been apart. We've been apart once. I went on a cruise with a friend. I think I started talking about that in a previous video. One of my besties, which is Zoe's godmother, she lives here in Robbins, North Carolina. And it's near Albemarle. If you're familiar with North Carolina, and don't even ask me because I can't even tell you if it's northwestern, northern, southern, whatever part of North Carolina. I don't know. I just know it's in Robbins, and I know how to get there. That's all I know. But anyway, when she turned 60 in 2016, her daughter surprised me and surprised her. And her daughter surprised her with a cruise. And her daughter invited me and paid for everything. It was amazing. It was the first time I had ever gone on a cruise. And that her daughter did all that was amazing. And, I have not had anything to repay her for that. And that's something that I'm hoping to do soon, too. Because she wouldn't be expecting it. And I would love to do that. Because that was like thousands of dollars. That was expensive. And we went on the Jewel of the Sea. How apropos was that? If you're new here, my mom's name is Jewel. And so that was so apropos. And it was the Jewel of the Sea is it's on the tip of my tongue, the boat that it is, this ship that it is. But anyway, Royal Caribbean. And also, if you're new here, I grew up on St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and I have not been home in 30 years. This year will make 30 years. Or 31 years this year, probably. Well, I can't say that. No, I can't. When Zoe was a baby, we went back home. She was 8 months old. My mother and I went back home to clear out the house there and get some of our things out of storage. There were a lot of things there, crystal and different things in my mom's that she wanted to sell and get rid of. So we went home for the month of November, and we were there for a week or two before Thanksgiving, and then we went back. I was living in Phoenix at that time, and that was in 1998, because Zoe was born in 1998. So basically, I haven't been back since then. And before 1998, I hadn't been there since 1994. So technically, it's been 30 years since I left, going on 31 years since I left St. Croix, but I've only been back once. So it's been since 1998 till now that I've been there. So the ship docked in St. Thomas. This particular ship also docked on St. Croix, but during the time that we were on the ship, we missed that. So it docked in St. Thomas. The emotions that I had, I cried every day. And we took the ship from Puerto Rico, from San Juan. We flew from Charlotte to San Juan. And if any of you know, I did speak about this, I think in video number 40 or 41, that my roots, I am Puerto Rican. My grandfather was born in Santurce, Puerto Rico in the 1800s. He then migrated to New York, where he met my mother's mother, my grandmother. He had a previous wife who had died. He was a widower, and he had 3 sons, and they moved to New York, and he met my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, my mother's mom, and they got married. And his name was Pedro Morales. And to be there in the land of my uncles, my aunt, my grandfather, I was so emotional. I cried, I think, probably every day of that trip. And you all know here, if you're new here, you don't know, but I'm a crier. I'm always crying on this platform. And in general, I cry. I watch a commercial and I cry. Super Bowl Sunday, I'll probably be crying at some commercial. I'm telling you, because I cry for everything. I feel things deeply. I'm so emotional. And so that cruise was it was amazing. And being there in the homeland of my ancestors, and then not being able to be on St. Croix where I grew up, but to be on St. Thomas where I lived for like a month with my mother and I when I was 6 years old, before we moved to St. Croix when we left New York. And it just brought so much back to me. And I boo-hooed for the first couple of days of that trip. All I could do was cry. I was very emotional. It was a very emotional time for me. I felt so connected there. But I know I went off on a tangent, because you know how we do. But anyway, my question, and I was said all that to get to a point, which I don't know what that point was until I watched this back. And you know, these videos, even if you don't know and you're new here, these videos are unedited, mistakes and all. So I won't know what I was trying to get to until I watch this back and post it. So maybe I'll put some notes in, because I don't know. Somebody over there screaming to me, tell me. What was I saying? Where was I going? Anyway, so my question in the 3,000 questions about me that I borrowed from my daughter Zoe, one of the questions that I loved was, do you prefer living alone or with someone? So, that's where I was going. It came back to me. That's where I was going. I was saying that Zoe and I have never been apart, but we were apart when I went on that cruise. So she stayed here with my mom. and I went on the cruise. So we were apart for that 10 days that I was gone on the cruise in January 2016. That's where I was going. I knew it would come back to me. It comes back. It comes back. So anyway, I prefer, of course, living with my beautiful Zoe. But I don't mind my own company. I love my own company. And I'm here all day by myself. Zoe's at work. I'm here all day with Mam Mam. I'm not by myself anymore. I'm here with little Miss Mam Mam, who is a stinker and a terror. She bites, and she's just a mess. She's a mess. We need to get her spayed, and I've got to try to see if I can get any assistance through the Humane Society here or anything, or my beautiful Selena. Oh, my beautiful Selena, Essence of the Moon. She just shared on her video that I watched this morning that her beautiful dog, Darla, was approved for surgery through a group called the Asher group. Selena, you know, you got to correct me. I'll put it down in there because, of course, I didn't write that down either. But I'm so happy for her because the expense, yes, of having an animal, it's so expensive. It's just, of course, like your child, you know, and you want them to be well and taken care of. We have had several animals. The last animal that we had, we've had two recently. We had a French bulldog named Tego, which is spelled Tego, and that's where Zoe gets her handle. Her YouTube and all her platforms are Tego, but it's spelled Taygeaux. And I'm going to put her down below, so please subscribe to Zoe. That would make us so happy. She's on a weight loss journey. She's doing 75 hard her way, down 7 pounds. I'm so proud of her. So if you would subscribe to her, that would make us so happy, so happy. So with Tego, we had him, he was a rescue, but he was surrendered to us from the people who had him previously. And because they had big dogs, they had Rottweilers, and those dogs would attack him and everything. And he just wanted to be an only child, basically. And when we got him, he was our only child. He was my baby. He was my mother's grandbaby, and he was Zoe's little brother. And he knew that. He knew his ranking here. He knew that I was his mother. And he would tattle and tell me everything. Everything. If Zoe didn't give him a treat, he would come back here and tell me, and I'd be like, Zoe, did you give him a treat? And she would say, Mommy, I just gave him one. And he would just give me the side eye to her. And she's like, Tego, you know I gave. It was so funny, so cute. He was just the cutest little funniest thing, but he loved us so dearly. And we loved him. He would just stare in our eyes. He just loved us, and I loved him so much. And he passed away in 2016. And I wasn't working, of course. I had lost my job in 2014. I was a accounts payable manager and an office manager for a managing company here in Charlotte that managed restaurants in different airports across the country. And I was laid off. My position was eliminated in 2014 in June, and I was laid off from that job. And so I didn't work for probably 4 years until I received my disability in the end of 2018. So it was a long haul with nothing coming in. And so many of my friends on Facebook, some people who, they are friends of mine. I grew up with them on St. Croix and everything, but we were never in the same circles per se. Paid for everything, you know, for me to go to PetSmart and all of that to take Tego. And he just couldn't be saved. I think he was poisoned or he ate something poisonous. And to this day, I think it was the dog food, but I can't prove that. And he lost so much weight, we would have to carry him out to go to the bathroom and everything. And he died here in the bed with me holding his paw all night, and he passed away. And so that was traumatic. And Zoe didn't want another animal after that. And that's when she took on the persona of Tego as on all her platforms. That was like her little best friend. And so it was a while, 2016. So then in 2018, Zoe's godmother had a litter of kittens. And one kitten in the litter was an orange tabby. And so Zoe wanted him, and we thought it was a girl. Zoe named him Mango, and we were calling her Little Miss Mango. Come to find out, she was a he when we took him to be spayed, but they called us back from PetSmart and said, you know this is a boy, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't know. And so anyway, the only cat I've ever had was a girl cat when Zoe was a baby. Before Zoe was born, I didn't know. And my cat was long hair, beautiful. I didn't know the particulars. You know, they don't have things hanging around like dogs do. I'm a dog person, so I didn't know. Oh God, my bras are always showing here on these lives. You all are always seeing my bra straps. I try to do everything to cover them, but I've lost 105 pounds. And so everything that I'm wearing now are clothes that are way too big. And even though I have like a little t-shirt underneath and whatnot, it does not help. So sorry. If you keep seeing my bra straps, you know, it's because I lost weight, not because I'm trying to flash you or anything. So when we got Mango, we were so happy. We got him as a little 1-month-old kitten. Mango's birthday was April 1st. He was a little April Fool's baby. And that year, it was Easter Sunday when he was born. He was born in 2018. And so we brought him home from Robbins, a little teeny thing in a little box. He was the cutest thing. And he would just lay on us right here. And he was just so special. And so fast forward, we got him in May. And then, so we had him all this time, you know, we had him spayed in, I think, maybe November or December of 2018, probably. And then in 2019, we got up in the morning and we were on our way to a doctor's appointment. I had just was told that I had diabetes. Well, I wasn't told yet. I was told that my blood sugars were high. I was supposed to have surgery that summer of 2018, my hysterectomy, but my blood sugars were so high they wouldn't do the surgery until that got under control, and I had no idea. So that morning when we got up to go to the doctor for me, Zoe went out because we, just like how we have Miss Ma'am, we have our front area and then there's a door that leads to the bedroom. So we keep that door closed and we keep, right now, the cat's up there because we have so much stuff and so much clutter. So until we get everything out of here, then, you know, she can be free roam. But we kept Mango up there. And Mango used to be all over though, but we kept him up there. And this particular night, we kept him up there. And I think he was in his little cage for a little bit. Like while we were doing things or vacuuming, whatever, we would put him in his little house, and then we would take him out when it was time for us to go to bed, or when we were finished doing what we were doing. And that night, I had come in here already to my room. So Zoe was outside with him, and I think he was in his little cage. And she opened it up and said goodnight to him and let him run around, and she came back. Well, that morning when we went out, I don't know if he either didn't make it out of the cage all the way, or he went to get a toy of his out of the cage, and that the cage had a little hook, and he had on a collar, and it wasn't a breakaway. I didn't know that either. He had on a collar, and his collar got caught, so he strangled trying to get off, and we didn't know. We didn't know till we woke up that morning. So that was devastating. Zoe found him. So that was devastating. And that was the day that I got the news that I had diabetes and I had to be put on insulin. So that whole day was like just not it. I was boo-hooing at the doctor's office. She's like, what is wrong with this woman? And I'm like, my cat just died and now you're telling me this. And now I have to take insulin. I mean, it was just a full-blown mess. So we hadn't had an animal, you know, since then. And so now we have little Miss Ma'am. So it's the three of us here. But I love being here during the day by myself. I just love the quietness of it, the serenity of it. And she's quiet. She doesn't, you know, we don't bother each other at all, but we love to spend time together. So when she gets off work, we spend time together watching YouTube. You know, Zoe's wanted to do YouTube, like I've told you all, since middle school. And if you're new, my daughter's wanted to do this since middle school. She wants to be a full-time content creator. So please subscribe to her. it would help her. We've got a long way before that happens, but it would help. So yeah, so do you prefer living alone or with someone? I prefer living, of course, with Zoe, but I would not mind living alone if I had to. But if I lived alone, it would be on a property where Zoe and I would have houses next door to each other. So kind of like on the Kardashians where Khloe and Kris Jenner and Khloe Kardashian, their houses are in the same thing, so they can walk back and forth to each other's houses. Well, that's how it would be for Zoe and I. And no, I'm not a Kardashian fan or anything like that, but that's the only analogy I could come up with. My mother loved them. My mother loved them. I'm not really a fan. I don't watch them per se, but I see little things, so I'm up on it. I'm up on the deets, on the details of the Kardashians. So, and another question that was here is, what's the first impression you want to give people? And I hope the first impression that I give you and that I've given to you, and that, here we go again, and that I give to everybody who meets me, you know, is that I'm kind and I'm caring and I'm loving, and that, you know, I'm all about you. So when you're around me or with me, I'm all about you, you know, always. And that's, you know, just how it is. You know, I give my focus and my attention. I went to a bank one day. This was in 2015, I think. And this woman at the bank, she was a bank teller. I don't even know, are they still called tellers? Because I find that so, you know, but maybe they are. She was a bank teller, beautiful. And I walked in the bank. I had never seen her before. And she says, "Oh, I can see your aura, and it's pink and it's beautiful. And I could tell that you are a beautiful soul and a beautiful person." And that just, you know, it made me cry. And that's what I hope that everybody, you know, that's everybody's first impression of me always. You know, I know that when I leave this planet, and the people that are left here are only going to have nice things to say about me. And that's how I want to live my life always. You know, I've never been somebody who's been a gossiper and a bully and or anything like that. That's just not me. You know, but don't make a mistake. I mean, if you step to anybody that I love, anybody in this collective or here in my personal life, oh, I will come for you. I will come for you. I am a Leo. I am a lion. I will come for you. Believe it. Best believe it. And I am a mom. So I will come for you. Anybody that, you know, says anything wrong or anything to Zoe and she's getting ready to be 27, I'm like, where are they? Who are they? Show me who that is and whatever. And she's like, no, mommy. And I'm like, because I will come up to your job and I will set it off. You know, so I have to watch myself in that regard. I'm a mama bear like that. But other than that, you know, I'm just me. the quirky, you know, pink-haired, sexagenarian era me. That's who I am. Leo Queen. That's me. So that's it for today. See, I have my notebook. And everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome all of our new subscribers. And remember our challenge this month. I really don't talk about it much. I put down that it's a challenge. I mean, it's not really a challenge, but, you know, each one, reach one. So somebody new comes into our collective, please reach out to them, subscribe to their channel, you know, give them a comment, say something nice, watch one of their videos, do something. Let's all try to build this collective and get us all. We want to at least have 1,000 subscribers. Come on, we got to get there. We got to get there. I'm a long way from there. I'm about 950 away from there. So come on, let's do it. Let's share each other. Let's share each other in our circles and you know, lift each other up. Let's do that. That's what we do. That's what Ange does and Nancy does for me, like every single day. It's like amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? Amazing. I need to walk around with them. You know, we need to be like a little girl group. I need to walk around and have, because they're like my, they're like my hype people. I mean, they are, and I love them dearly, the both of them. They will never get rid of me. Never, ever get rid of me, and neither will Miss Essence of the Moon, Selena. Absolutely not. Never. I'm in their lives now forever and ever and ever. Like I said, prepare to be sick of me. So yes. So anyway, I'm so glad that you were here to spend a little bit of Friday with me. And I'll be back. I always find something else to talk about, so I'll be back. But deuces. And I forgot to, did I even say that Yappy's here today? If you're new here, Yappy is my support chihuahua, and she's always here with me. And my tarot here, you can't really see them. They're not in frame today. But my tarot that from my beautiful Nancy, a Crohn's Intuition. And I have some new things coming, I heard. And I can't wait to share them. So anyway, a gift from my beautiful Essence of the Moon, and I can't wait. So anyway, I love you. Deuces. Deuces, deuces, deuces. Have a beautiful Friday. And even if you can't, as the Miss Beautiful Tabitha Brown says, and if you don't know Tabitha, check the community tab. I put her a little picture of her there, and she'll be listed down below. But just look up Tabitha Brown, and you'll find her on all platforms. You'll find her. She's amazing. Have the most amazing day, but if you can't, don't go around messing up anybody else's. You hear? All right. Love you plenty.